Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Healthy Habits series with Dr. Kristen Lloyd from Bariatric Mindset, best-selling author of Bariatric Mindset Success, which is available on Amazon. Today, we are going to talk about how you think about yourself, your body, and food. We touched on this a little bit last time, and I'm going to take a different turn on this today. So we're going to create a mindset shift around how you think about yourself, your body, and food. One of the things I see with most people who have had weight loss surgery is a lot of body shame, a lot of body hatred, and a lot of body issues. And this is typical, especially for those of us who have had extreme obesity. And some of you may not know, but I am also a gastric sleeve patient, and I had my gastric sleeve in 2013, and I've subsequently lost 200 pounds and kept it off. So one of the things that I talk to my clients about is you cannot hate yourself thin. And so what typically happens is there are a lot of individuals who, as they're losing weight, they can't seem to lose it fast enough, or they're comparing themselves to other people's journey. There's a lot of comparisonitis, or why am I hitting a stall? What happened? And as you might have heard me mention before in one of my other videos, that I am not the food person. I'm not going to necessarily talk to you about nutrition, fitness, water, supplements, things like that. Those things are all very important, foundational for your journey. And the other thing that's foundational for your journey is your mindset, how you think about your relationship with food, how you think about yourself, how you think about your body. These are all pivotal components. And there is such a strong mind-body connection, such a strong mind-body connection. And so it's important that we start to address what's coming up in the mind that's also impacting the body. And one of the examples that I give out there as such a pivotal example is stress, right? So where does stress actually come from? So stress comes from our ability to sense, right, fear, danger, things like that. So there's a felt sense that usually happens with that. Now, stress can also come at work, at home, with family members and things like that, where we experience stress based on how we think, based on our perception. And so when we're thinking about certain things, this can create anxiety, this can create depressive thoughts, negative cyclical thoughts, and it can really continue with a downward spiral. So one of the things that I like to talk about when talking about the mind-body connection is you cannot hate yourself thin. And one of the connections that I've made is that when people are hating themselves, hating their bodies, gosh, why can't I lose the weight? What's happening? I've hit a stall. I've reached this point. What's going on? I'm doing everything that the doctors are telling me to. The frustration tends to build, and sometimes people end up taking it out on themselves. So they end up overeating, or they end up restricting, and they end up back in what I call a diet mentality. And so this process as a post-op is all about lifestyle change. It's all about creating lifestyle change and having healthy habits with food, with your mindset, with your body, all very important. And when there's this friction or this hating on yourself and your body because it's not where you want to be, it can create discord from within. And so sometimes it's almost like waiting for water to boil at times, in using that analogy, because you know that after having the surgery that you will lose the weight, you know that you're doing those things, or you might not be. You might not be doing those things that you're supposed to be doing, that the doctors, that your surgeon, that your surgeon's office have recommended. And then you become frustrated with yourself because you think, what's wrong with me? And so I start off by saying there's nothing wrong with you. However, you may be committed to a certain set of behaviors or patterns that are not conducive to this process. And so that's something that you may need to look at, or may need to seek therapy to get a little bit more help with, if that's something that you're struggling with. And I also say that this process is a process. This is an unfolding. It's all about growth. And there's a lot of emotional work in this process that a lot of people don't even realize. And so I encourage you to look at how you feel about your body, how you might be open to seeing your body differently, seeing your body as a partner in this process with you. And while you may not be quite yet open to loving your body, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is to look at how your body is supporting you in this process, right? So we can even look at, wow, I'm so grateful that my body is helping me to sleep at night. I'm so grateful that my body is processing the protein that I'm eating. I'm so grateful. So we can take a gratitude stance on it and also partner with doing our best to support our bodies. Now, where this can create conflict is when there's this, hey, body, work faster for me, right? You're not there yet. And we want to connect with our bodies rather than being disconnected from our bodies. However, individuals with obesity prior to weight loss surgery can feel quite disconnected from their bodies, especially when there could be extreme body hatred. So a couple steps that I would ask you to engage in are to look at what thoughts and feelings you have about your body, what thoughts and feelings you have about food and about yourself. And so sometimes it's negative cyclical self-talk that pops up, or what we might call ants, automatic negative thoughts. And so I would just ask you to reframe them and to create more neutral thoughts, or thoughts that are going to be more supportive, encouraging, loving, helpful, compassionate. And I want you also to know that compassion is kindness. Compassion is really kindness. So also when you're having a rough day, where can you practice kindness for yourself, grace, giving yourself a break and saying, look, you're learning, you're doing the best that you can, versus, what the heck is wrong with you? What are you doing? Which is often where people come from entering a diet mentality, is thinking that we're flawed, and thinking that our bodies are flawed. And so when I say you cannot hate yourself thin, we are doing our best to lose the weight. And yet there's this emotional process of body hatred or body judgment. And so what we want to do is to collaborate with our bodies. And again, you might not be in a place of, oh, body, I love you so much. And what you can work on is being open to loving yourself, being open to loving your body, being open to see how you in partnership with your body are working together, right? How you feed your body, how you nurture your body, how you move your body is also representative of how your body's supported. Are you getting a good night's sleep? Are you taking your supplements? Are you eating things that are nutritionally sound? Are you drinking your water? Are you doing all of these things? Are you managing your stress, right? Because your body is responding to all of these things, right? So it's like our body is this master computer, right? And so what we feed it, what we nurture it with, right? Same thing with our self-talk. If we are talking to ourselves in a strong negative tone or berating ourselves, and then, hey, you're not working fast enough, you're not losing fast enough. I just want you to think about that for a second and think about the impact that we have on ourselves and our journey, the emotional piece, and how we expect our body to respond like that. And it may not. One of my favorite memes is, your body is not Amazon, right? You can't get results in 2 days. And so it is important that we practice patience and commitment and consistency to lifestyle change and to healthy habits as part of this journey. And the healthy habit that I'm introducing you today is self-talk. Is what is going on in here? How do you talk to yourself? Are you encouraging? Are you supportive? Are you like, yes, we're going to keep going. Wow, I'm proud of you. Look at what you've been doing. Or is it largely negative? And so I'd love for you to take out a sheet of paper and maybe note a couple things every single day. How are you talking to yourself? And how are you shifting this self-talk? Because when you shift your self-talk, it's going to change what's going on in here. And it could very quickly shift some of that negative thinking to a more neutral or positive thinking, supportive thinking. And when I talk about being positive, it's not a poly positive or a false positive where we're like, I'm so amazing, I'm so awesome, because there are a lot of people who don't resonate with that. And I totally understand that. Yet, if you were talking to a best friend, you would say something that is very supportive or loving, like, I believe in you, you can do this, keep going. And so we need to have that in our own heads, because if you are largely judging yourself, nope, can't have that, nope, you're still too fat, nope, you're ugly, look at all that hanging skin. Like, that is poison. It's toxic. And we need to get that out of our heads, because we cannot create success in a toxic environment. Just think, if you are working in a toxic environment every single day, how would that impact your health? Now think about what's going on in here. You want to create success. You want to create all of these things in your life that are going to help your body to become healthier. And if this is toxic and you're telling yourself toxic, awful things, back to my original statement, you cannot hate yourself then. So I strongly encourage you to start thinking differently, reframing your thoughts. And when I say reframe, it's you take that negative thought, whether you want to write it down or not, and then the reframed thought is something that is encouraging, loving, supportive, compassionate, right? And then you can shift that talk right away. And it could be that you start to write things down on Post-it notes to help you to remember what encouraging phrases you want to tell yourself on a daily basis. And this, my friends, is how you shift your mindset. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. This is the end of this Healthy Habits training, and I will see you next time for our next Healthy Habits training. I am Dr. Kristen Lloyd with Bariatric Mindset, and have a great day, everybody.